Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today is our lecture number 5. We are discussing principles of management. So we will quickly revise what we have studied before. So we have completed the meaning of principle of management, its nature, significance, and we were discussing principles of FAOLS. We have already covered division of work. So what is division of work? Division of work basically means dividing the work into small portions for everyone. Then we have discussed authority and responsibility. Authority refers to power and responsibility refers to obligation. Now we have the third principle that we have discussed was discipline. So discipline basically means that following the rules, orders and guidelines of the organization. Unity of command basically means that the subordinate should get orders from only one superior. Then we have covered unity of direction. Unity of direction means one plan for one objective. Then there was subordination of individual interest to general interest, which basically means that the individual interest will be sacrificed for the achievement of organizational goal. Then the seventh, remuneration of persons, which basically means कि remuneration of person should be sufficient for them to have a normal standard of living. Then we have discussed centralization and decentralization. Centralization basically means concentration of authority and decentralization means distribution of authority. Now we are moving forward to discuss a ninth FAOLS principle, which is principle of a scalar chain. So what does a scalar chain means? Scalar chains means that the flow of authority should be from top to bottom. The flow of command from the top to bottom and bottom to up. Means if let's take an example to understand this. If E wants to communicate to A, he have to follow this chain of command. He first have to communicate to D, then to C, then to B, and then only he can communicate to A. Now in scalar chain principle, FAOL also provided gangplank. So what is gangplank? Gangplank basically is for the emergency purposes. Means if D want to communicate to H due to some emergency, then he can resort to gangplank. In gangplank, the employees of same departments can communicate to each other without following the chain of command. If there won't be any gang of plank, then how they have to communicate? Then they have to follow D, C, B, A, F, G, H. Then only he can communicate. Now let's discuss what are the benefits of following a scalar chain into the organization. The positive effect of following a scalar chain are systematic flow of information. As you have seen, if D want to communicate to A, he have to follow the chain of command. So there will be proper flow of information throughout the organization. The another positive impact of the same is there is no communication gap. So they are the piece of same coin, that there won't be any communication gap and there will be proper flow of information. Now what will be the negative impact of following, or what we can say, if a scalar chain is not followed in the organization, what will be its negative implications? The negative implications would be that there will be a communication gap. Okay, because anyone can communicate to anyone, so there will be communication gap. All people won't be aware of the same information that is available in the organization. Second one is no clarity of responsibility and authority. So as we have seen, scalar chain basically shows us the authority or chain of command from top to bottom. But if there won't be any scalar chain, then the responsibility and authority won't be clear in the head of the employees. Now the third principle is order. Now here the principle of order does not mean by command. Order does not mean command, but it refers to the proper organization of the resources or human beings. Means proper order of resources and the employees in the organization. Let's take an example to understand what order exactly means. Let's say a worker needs to find some tool then he should be aware that the tools are in the toolkit or in the tool room that is in the organization. Or if the worker needs to communicate to the manager, then he should be aware where the cabin of the manager is. If there won't be any specific order of where the things need to be, then there would be chaos in the organization. So now let us understand the positive implication of following order in the organization. The first will be no wastage of time in search for people or resources, because we will be clearly aware that where we can find the thing that we need or the person that we need to contact. Now the second positive implication of following order in the organization would be smooth and systematic working in the organization. So second would be smooth and systematic working in the organization. Now we will learn if there won't be any order in the organization, like the resources are kept anywhere the worker feels so, and there is no specific cabin or the desk for specific employees, then what will happen in the organization? So first we will clearly can say there would be chaos and inefficiency, there would be wastage of time and resources in the organization, and people won't be able to coordinate with each other. Okay. Now we will discuss the principle of equity. What Fayol wanted to say in principle of equity, that the rules, regulations, or how the employees are treated, how the workers are treated should be fair to them, like the manager and worker should be treated equally in the organization. The rules and regulations should be same for both of them. So let's take an example to understand this. We are not saying here that the salary for the worker and the manager should be same, but we are saying that if one leave is allowed to worker, then one leave should be allowed to the manager as well. The simple rules of the organization should be fair to both manager and to the worker. So basic, what is the definition of equity? That there should not be any discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, nationality, sex, or anything. Okay. Its very basic example is that Sundar Pichai is the CEO of Google, because there is no discrimination in the multinational company of Google. Now we will learn the 12th principle of Fayol, which is stability of tenure of personnel. What do we mean by this principle? That once the employees are hired in the organization, they should not be terminated or transferred to the different organization in frequent periods, because there should be stability in the mind of the employees. If there won't be any stability in the organization, in the mind of employees, then what will happen? They will always be scared. The employees turnover would be very high. Employees turnover means that the rate at which the employees join the organization divided by the rate at which the employees leave the organization. So basically it's a ratio between the employees who have joined the organization and employees who have left the organization. So if the employees turnover is high, what will happen? The training cost and the hiring cost will be very high in the organization. Plus we won't be able to achieve a specialization in the organization, because we'll have new recruits every time in the organization. So let's understand the positive implication of stability of tenure of personnel. It improves efficiency of employees, and there is no wastage of time and resources. How the time and resources are wasted? When we are hiring new personnel again and again, then there is wastage of time and personnel and resources. Now what will be the consequences of a stability of tenure of personnel is not followed in the organization? The negative implication would be there would be lot of wastage of resources, the resources that we would be using for hiring of the employees, and there would be frustration and dissatisfaction in the mind of the employees. Now we will move forward towards our 13th principle of FAOL, which is principle of initiative. So initiative basically means the first step taken by the worker with self motivation. And why he have taken the initiative? Because there is that kind of environment in the organization. By doing so, what happens? The manager should have this kind of attitude in the organization that he should promote during the time of preparing the plan the suggestions of the employees. Okay, so initiative basically refers to taking the first step with self motivation. What FAOL suggested? FAOL suggested that employees in the organization must be given an opportunity to take some initiative in making and executing a plan. But here by initiative we does not promote indiscipline in the organization. That means during the time of preparing the plan, the manager should promote initiative in the workers, but once the plan is developed, then the workers are not allowed to change the plan according to their wits and whim. Okay, I hope the principle of initiative is clear. Now we will understand the positive implication of following the principle of initiative in the organization. The positive implication is it develops the feeling of belongingness in the minds of the employees. They feel that they belong to the organization as their plans and their suggestions are welcomed in the organization. Okay, what could be the other positive implication of following the principle of initiative? It is employee achieve the target on time if they are set by them. Simply to put it in simple words, if someone frame the plans for themselves, they tend to achieve them with much more effectiveness and efficiency. Okay, so if the plan is formed by the employee, he will achieve it, he will try to achieve it. Now the consequences of violation of the principle of initiative would be employees will not work to their best, employees will not work efficiently and effectively in the organization if there is no principle of initiative in the organization, because they will not feel that they are part of the organization. Okay, there will be demotivation among the employees because they won't be treating the organization as their family. Instead, it will be a corporate from where they are earning their daily wages. Okay, now the 14th principle of FAOL, and this is the last one. So now quickly we will summarize all the principles. First is division of work, second authority and responsibility, then we have discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest, remuneration of person, centralization and decentralization. Then we have a scalar chain, other one is order, equity, stability of tenure of personnel, 13th one is initiative. Now the last one is esprit de corps. What does it mean? Esprit de corps basically means team spirit. So what FAOL wanted to say by implying the principle of esprit de corps? So FAOL wanted to say that manager should promote the team spirit in the organization, that the individual should not work towards achieving their individual goals. Instead they should focus on achieving the group goals. Let's take an example to understand this. Let's say production manager allocated the target of producing 100 units to 10 personnel. Means every single personnel is responsible for producing how many units? 10 units. Okay. Now what happens if 2 personnel fell sick? If 2 personnel fall sick, then there are only 8 personnel to achieve the group goal of 100 unit. Now these 8 personnel, instead of following their individual goal of producing only 10 units, they should follow the group goals, and these 8 personnel should produce how many units? 100 units. Okay, I hope all these principles are clear in your head. Now we will discuss some case studies that have been asked in the examination out of these principles. Okay. So the first case study is, in a school, principal makes sure that every instruction, order or information given by him must be passed to vice principal, then head of the department, and then to teachers, and student must be informed by respective teachers only. He never allowed teachers to directly communicate with him. So what is this case study? It is a case study of scalar chain. What it is provided? It provided that the principal will communicate only to the head of the department, then the head of department will communicate to teachers, and the respective class teachers will give the direction to the or information to the students. So this case study tell us that they are following the scalar chain in the school. Okay. Now we will learn this. Now we will discuss the second question provided in the same case study. In case of emergency, which concept of scalar chain can be used by teachers to pass urgent message directly to the principal? So what the question says, that if teacher want to communicate to principal, how he or she can communicate to the principal? They can communicate to the principal by following the gang plank, because there is emergency. They can communicate directly but following gang plank. Okay. Now we will discuss the second case study. In a school, books are kept in office. Where books kept? Books kept in office, and chalks in the library. Chalks in the library, and then office records and file in office records and files in staff room. So now you all think and tell me which principle they does not follow. The basic principle that they did not follow in the organization is principle of order. Why? Because the books are kept in the office, and where they are supposed to be kept? In the library. Chalks were kept in the library, and the office records and files in the staff room. So how we will answer it? We will answer it by telling them the principle of order. Then we will tell them how they are not using principle of order in the organization, and what are the implication of not following the order into the order of principle in the organization. Now we will discuss the case study related to principle of equity. So Tina and Anshu completed their MBA and started working in a MNC at the same level. So who are two persons? Tina and Anshu. Both started working where? So there is Tina and Anshu working where? In a MNC. Now अंशु हैज़ द हैबिट ऑफ बैक बाइटिंग. अंशु क्या करते हैं? ये बैक बाइटिंग करते हैं, मतलब आपके पीठ पीछे बुराई करना, ओके, या फिर गॉसिप करना. एंड देयर इज टीना. अंशु हैज़ द हैबिट ऑफ बैक बाइटिंग एंड रॉन्ग रिपोर्टिंग अबाउट हिज कलीग्स टू impress the boss. All the employees in the organization know about it. At the time of performance appraisal, also Tina performance was rated better than Anshu. Now at the time of performance appraisal, what happened? टीना की परफॉर्मेंस को अंशु की परफॉर्मेंस से कम माना गया. एंड वाई सो? Even then, there was decided to promote Anshu, stating that being a female, Tina will not be able to handle the complication of higher post. Even though Tina was working better than Anshu, still they promoted Anshu Why? On the basis of gender. So they discriminated between both of them on the basis of gender rather than on competence. So the organization does not follow the principle of equity. So we will answer it by saying that the organization is not following the principle of equity because they are discriminating on the basis of gender. Now we will discuss the case study related to stability of tenure of personnel. Mr. Rajiv, the senior manager of Unique Enterprises, considered himself So in the given case study, they have provided that ABC Limited hire people for only 6 months and then they fire them on some different on any basis. So they are not following a stability of tenure of personnel. If they keep doing that, then what will happen? ABC Limited will soon go out of business as they are not following a stability of personnel. The employees will not feel motivated, connected to the organization, and they will always have instability in their head. Now we will discuss case study relating to initiative. So Mr. Rajiv, the senior manager of Unique Enterprises, considered himself very wise and used to take all the decision himself without consulting the employees. So in the second line only we realize that the manager of the organization is not taking any suggestion from any other worker or other employee in the organization. He never used to help anyone, nor he used to take help of anyone. The employees of Unique Enterprise were not working efficiently and company's profit margin started declining. To tackle the problem, the company appointed a new manager from IIM Bangalore. The new manager, after joining, made a policy that all the decisions will be taken after consulting employees in the meeting. All employees must give some suggestions and best suggestions will be rewarded with financial and non-financial initiative. This policy had a very positive effects on company. State and explain the principle of Henry Fayol. Okay, so what is provided in that question? That there are two kinds of manager. One manager who was not taking any initiative and doing all the work by himself, and there is another manager. What is he doing? Another manager who has been graduate from who did his masters from IIM Bangalore. He suggested that we should follow the principle of initiative. So they are following the principle of initiative in the organization after hiring Mr. Naman from IIM Bangalore. Okay. Now we will discuss esprit de corps. So as we have discussed in this case study that there are production manager who allocated the target of 100 unit to 10 personnel, and when 2 personnel fell sick, the 8 will be responsible for the total group goal instead of only completing their individual goals. So I hope this much is clear to you that we have covered the meaning, nature, significance and Fayol's principle. All the 14 principles have been covered. In the next class we will discuss Taylor techniques and Taylor principle. After that our chapter will be complete, the second chapter of principle of management, class 12th. Thank you and please like and subscribe to our channel.